Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Pima Community College's exciting special announcement today. We are so pleased that we could become the host site for the NJCAA Division II Men's and Women's Soccer National Championship the week of November 12th and 19th of this year. This is a tremendous achievement for Pima Community College and the city of Tucson, Arizona. Additionally, I'd like to say this would not have happened without the tremendous soccer community here in Tucson, Arizona, and the great success that we're having with athletics in general and soccer specifically. This past year, Pima Community College had arguably the first ever distinction across the country of sending two teams, the men's team and the women's team, to the national championship games. And as you all know, our men won their national championship game, not for the first time, but for the second time in just a few short years. And our women, for the very first time, competed in that national championship game. They just came up just slightly short of winning it for our community. And so it's just, again, a fine example when you set a high standard of excellence. And our Board of Governors have set the standard of being a premier community college. And that cuts across every facet of what we do here, from the academic side to the student services side to our athletic programs, that we're going to be the best. And I think today's announcement is another example of being the best across the country. The economic impact of this will be tremendous for our community. We will be bringing in thousands of individuals to be part of National Championship Week here in Tucson, along with filling our hotels, our restaurants, and hopefully people will also shop during that time period. So with that, I'm excited to bring up Nick from Visit Tucson to talk a little more about the positive impacts that this will have for our community. Again, exciting day, and congratulations to all of us, and more importantly to our coaches for what you have done for soccer in our community and at Pima Community College specifically. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Nick Pazzi, P-A-Z-Z-I. I am the sports sales manager at Visit Tucson Sports. We are really thrilled to be involved in this. When I was approached by Jim Monaco from Pima College last year to discuss this, it was something we weren't sure if we could pull off, but the community came together. We got all the elements in place to pull this off, to make it happen. It's going to be great for Tucson and Pima College and Pima County as well. It is going to fill the hotels. We anticipate roughly about $225,000 in hotel revenue to be generated just from the teams and the coaches and the staff. Overall, just the teams and the staff coming here to visit, you're looking at well over $1 million in economic spending here in our community. That does not include the families, the fans, people locally that are going to pay to come to Kino Sports Complex to see the event. So obviously it's a great revenue generator for the community. We're very much looking forward to it. We've got hotels set up to host the 22 visiting teams. Obviously, we're pretty confident that Pima's men's and women's team are going to make the tournament as well. So thankfully, they won't have far to travel to go to the tournament this year. But we're really excited, looking forward to it. It's going to be great for the community, like I said. And Jim did an incredible job of spearheading this, putting it together and making it happen. And we've just kind of been taking his lead and following him and doing what needs to be done to get everything in place for this. And with that said, I will go ahead and turn it over to Jim Monaco.
Thank you, Nick. Jim Monaco, M-O-N-A-C-O, Athletic Director of Pima Community College. This has come together from a dream to bring things to Tucson. We have an amazing community. We have great facilities. We have incredible weather, the best Mexican food in the country. So why wouldn't you bring a bunch of athletes here to enjoy that, and their families? Like Nick had said, we approached this about a year ago. I wanted to get something done. And if it wasn't for the Chancellor saying, go ahead, this couldn't happen. So I have to thank him for that. Nick Pazzi has done an incredible job with Visit Tucson. We've also talked with the Arizona Bowl, so we're hoping to kind of partner a little bit with this and make it just an exciting sports area. But personally, I look at this as a national recognition for Pima. You know, we have incredible teams. We have incredible coaches. I mean, I'm just so blessed to be part of an athletic department that runs like this. But more importantly, it gives the college a national platform. Hopefully, it'll increase enrollment. It'll bring people who want to come to Tucson and possibly go to the U of A, or just possibly want to enjoy their college experience at Pima in a place that's just fantastic to be. So with all that said, I believe this really benefits the college as a whole and our community. It's going to be amazing to have these folks here, and if this goes the way we really plan it, I don't think it's ever going to leave Tucson. And with the soccer community we have, it shouldn't. It's going to be a tremendous time, and once again, I have to thank the Chancellor and Visit Tucson. They've been incredible to work with and to help me do this, because I don't have any idea what I'm doing when it comes to a lot of this. So they do. And also, you know, with Pima College, we have been blessed to partner with Chapman Automotive. And Dominique, Hermosillo, and Scott Perkins have come to represent Chapman Automotive. So I'm going to turn it over to them because they've been an incredible help to Pima Community College. Folks?
My name is Dominique Hermosillo, Dominiquehermosillo.
And I'm Scott Perkins, SCOTTPERKINS, and I'm the Fixed Operations Director for Chapman in Tucson.
And I'm the Employee and Community Engagement Director for Chapman Automotive in Tucson. And first and foremost, our Executive Vice President, Neb Jonas, really wanted to be here, and he was sad to not be able to make it. And so on behalf of Chapman Automotive and Ted Chapman himself, we're thrilled of this partnership, and we are proud of our teams and what they're doing for our city, and very excited about what this is going to bring to Tucson.
Exactly, and we're really, just like the coach said, you know, Tucson's a beautiful place to hold outdoor events such as what's coming online here. The Chapman Automotive Group here in Tucson also, you know, we support the Automotive and Technology Center, a brand new, beautiful facility. Really excited about partnering up with them and working through all of those fun times to come. So we appreciate it, and thank you so much.
Who can answer the question about how many teams does this tournament have? How long does it span? That kind of stuff.
The tournament itself starts the 12th through the 19th. Many of the teams will come in a day or two early just because they travel. And well, like we do with our own teams, we want to give them a day to rest and get everything set. Secondly, they have to set up study halls for the student athletes because they're still in school. It'll go till the 19th. It's pool play, so we'll end up doing the schedules, which we have to take care of, and Dave Cosgrove, my men's soccer coach, has volunteered to help me with that. We'll set that all up. It's going to be all at Kino North, so we'll be using the grandstand and the main stadium with plenty of practice area right there. So it'll take that entire week before Thanksgiving, which really does give a nice boost to our economy because, you know, that's usually a kind of a dead time in the area for things until bowl season picks up for the colleges.
And how many teams compete during
12 men, 12 women, so 24 in total, which should average just players and coaches and staff, like our athletic trainers, right around 1,000, and then other visitors. So we're talking about quite a few hotel rooms.
And so both men and the women compete during that period of time?
They do. They compete simultaneously, and we'll flip-flop games between so everybody has an opportunity to play in that main stadium, which is so amazing down at Kino North.
And you said that Tucson is known for soccer. We have the Fort Lowe shootout and things like that. Do you think that was a big part of why Tucson was picked? It's got the facilities, it's got the sports activities.
When the NJCAA came, and Nick, Pazzi, and I met with them, along with several other people, they saw Kino and thought it was incredible. I think the large part is, number one, yes, Tucson, you know, I've been here 32 years now. Tucson has really become a soccer community more than anything else now. But on top of that, the weather and what we were able to bring in with the quality of lodging. And see, most of the cities that host are usually on the smaller side. where Tucson's probably one of the largest cities that hosts a championship for the NJCAA. They like the ability that they could get in between TIA and Sky Harbor. They like the ability that things were centralized, so even with the better hotels, which are working tremendously with Visit Tucson, can give them and their people a really great experience. It puts Tucson in that kind of light, which it deserves to be.
What do you hope this exposes for Pima Community College and for students around the country that may want to come here, either to get their two-year degree or to move on to one of the four-year colleges? What are you hoping this exposure does? I think in addition to the athletics side of the equation, especially soccer specifically, we get a chance to showcase our outstanding academic programs at the college, from the transfer side, if you want to go on to the U of A or ASU or NAU, or even to some of these Ivy League schools. You know, we send students to the Harvards and the Stanfords as well, so we get to showcase that. But also we get to showcase our workforce development programs. So we have some of the leading workforce development programs across the country, I would argue. And so we get to show off this beautiful 5-campus community that we've established. And so all of those things. And then I also want folks to see we just have a great, tremendous amount of good people at the college. And I think the fans who will be here, who are coming from across the country, will get to experience that, as well as the larger community. What did you think when the sports director came and athletic director asked you about taking this attempt to get it? Well, I wasn't surprised, because Jim Monaco is about excellence. And he knows that our board has set that as a standard. So when he came and said, let's do this here, no hesitation. I'm behind you to make this happen, because we have great coaches who have done great work with our student athletes. Because it's not just what they're doing on the field. They're doing great in the classroom as well, and that's a testament to the great coaches that we have. So when he came, it was a no-brainer to be able to say, let's do it. Yes.
For either you or Jim Monaco, you guys kind of spoke to it already, but what does this do mainly in detail for the community? Since Pima's so deep into the community, what does it do for it?
Well, so as was said, I think from an economic development standpoint, it's obviously going to bring much-needed economic activity on a more consistent basis, because communities go through these high and low periods. So as you move into the holiday season, especially just before Thanksgiving, this is going to, elevate some of that economic activity coming from the outside. So I think that's going to be a real positive. Also, again, it's just going to boost the morale of the community, because the focus seems to be football during the fall. Now the focus gets to be soccer for this community in the fall. And I think that's an important piece, because this community is about soccer. I don't know, Jim, if you wanted to add to that, or if you wanted to add.
Truly, my hope is that when everybody sees how great, truly, Tucson is, this is a great place to be, that there's a possibility that Pima has the opportunity to possibly bring in another championship for a spring sport. And now you're talking about, with baseball going on and things happening a little bit more readily, it's warmer, if we can bring something in that we can showcase our actual campus, that would be my next hope. We would love to have something. We've just invested so much in our track and in our soccer field. It's beautiful now, and that we're very grateful that we have it. I would have liked to have been able to have something. We cannot for this year. But for the future, if we can do something else and bring more notoriety, more vision to the college, where people get to see our campuses. I mean, our West Campus, every coach that's ever walked on there from other schools, they're like, this is just one campus. Yeah, this is bigger than our college, right. People need to see that. And the more we get a chance to show that nationally, the more kids are gonna come here and go to school. And that's the key, right? It's school. And just to touch base on one thing, we actually went over a 3.0 this year for an athletic department. That's amazing. That's incredible. And that's all because our coaches demand that our student athletes, our students, and that our female soccer coach for our women's team, Kendra Valise, runs our study hall. And she does an amazing job. So that, I just need to throw that out.
Did you want to say anything?
know, the only thing that I can add to that, coming from a tourism perspective, the week before Thanksgiving traditionally is a soft time of year for us here in Tucson. People do not do a lot of traveling that week before Thanksgiving. You don't see a lot of corporate meetings and events at that time either because they don't want to pull these people away from family. So it really worked out well for us that, you know, the hotels were eager to have these teams come and stay here and play in this tournament. And obviously Kino had the space available to host the event. So it really, the timing was perfect for us, and it helps us fill kind of a need time in a tourism calendar that we needed to fill.
We have Eldo Tucson, the bike tour.
Mhm.
We have the gem show. We have the Wildcats, and we just hosted part of the tournament for the women's. We've got this. What is all of that showcasing of Tucson do for our economy?
You know, what it does is you know, especially like with the NCAA women's tournament that was taking place, Tucson got a lot of footage on ESPN and a lot of the major networks, and people were seeing that it's, you know, 70, 75 degrees here in Tucson this time of year when it's cold and snowing everywhere else. That tends to make the hotels and the resorts' phones ring because people that are in other places where it's cold and snowing see Tucson as this beautiful place, and they want to come here. And that's one of the things that we hope to achieve by bringing sports events here, especially youth sports events. Families will travel, spouses will travel, you know, and they will want to come back for a vacation afterwards. They'll have such a great time here in the short period that they'll be here for this NJCAA soccer tournament that they may think, you know what, let's go next year and take our vacation in Tucson. There's lots to see and do that we didn't get to see and do, and hopefully we'll see them come back.
As you've gotten all these different things going on, the four-low soccer shootout and all of this other stuff, you guys also hope that that causes other tournaments, other events to want to host here in Tucson because we have the facilities, we have the airport, we have those kind of things that make it easy for you to have your event here.
Oh, definitely. Like Jim had said, you know, we would love to see the NJCAA bring more than just a soccer championship here. You know, they put it out to bid every year for the track and field, for tennis, you know, for multiple sports. And it's just a matter of what's a good fit for Tucson and how can we get it in. And then one of the things we're doing, you know, you mentioned the Fort Lowell Shootout, you know, which is a tremendous event for us here in January every year. We've reached out to them to get them involved as well. You know, obviously the kids who play in that Fort Lowell Shootout every year are going to want to come and watch some of these college players out on the field, you know, and it'll inspire them, and hopefully, you know, maybe we'll get some future Pima Community College athletic students here.
Let me say one final thing. I just want to thank the NJCAA for choosing Pima Community College and our community of Tucson, Arizona for this very exciting opportunity for us. Also want to thank Coach Monaco and our soccer coaches because they've set a standard, and without that, we wouldn't be able to do this. I want to thank Phil Burdick and his team for helping pull together today's news conference, but it wouldn't happen without partners. So visit Tucson, Chapman Automotive, they're all essential for this. But what you're really seeing is sports is an opportunity to bring everybody together so that we can continue to build bridges. And I think that's the real value for me in terms of sports. Brings people together, allows us to build bridges, build a community, and that's what's so exciting, and we're looking forward to hosting the national championships in November. Thank you all.